There is a certain kind of beauty that feels timeless, a design language that does not rush with trends but lingers, breathing life into every space it touches. Moroccan interiors are exactly that, an invitation to step into a world where history, craftsmanship, and sensuality come together in the most seamless of ways. It is not just a style. It is a journey. A story written in color, pattern, and light. When you step inside a Moroccan-inspired home, the very first thing you feel is atmosphere. It is not silent, but it does not shout either. It whispers, through rich earth tones, the cool touch of glazed tiles, the warmth of carved wood, the shimmer of brass, and the perfume of spices carried by the breeze. Each corner seems to tell its own tale. Each wall holds a fragment of memory. And yet, together, they create harmony. This harmony begins with color. Moroccan interiors are drenched in hues that echo the desert sands, the Mediterranean Sea, the endless skies, and the bustling souks of Marrakesh. Deep terracotta reds mingle with warm ochres. Ocean blues dance beside emerald greens. Strokes of saffron, indigo, and turquoise appear unexpectedly, like jewels tucked into fabric folds. But these colors never clash. Instead, they layer upon one another, creating a rhythm, sometimes bold, sometimes gentle, that feels alive. And then, there are the patterns. Patterns are the heartbeat of Moroccan design. Intricate, geometric, infinite, they are not just decoration, but a reflection of cultural philosophy. Symmetry and repetition are used to create order, while endless variation suggests eternity. You see it in the zellige tiles underfoot, hand-cut into shapes so small and precise that they form mesmerizing mosaics. You see it in the carved plaster above doorways, in wooden lattice screens that filter light into lace-like shadows, in textiles embroidered with looping motifs. Every detail is a craft, every craft a story. But light is what completes Moroccan interiors. Light does not simply illuminate, it transforms. Imagine a pierced metal lantern, hanging from a high ceiling, glowing at dusk, The patterns carved into its frame scatter across the walls, ceilings, and floors, as though painting the room anew each night. This dance of shadows turns even the simplest room into something mystical, almost sacred. Daylight filters through wooden shutters or masherbia screens, softened and patterned. And at night, candles flicker inside colored glass holders, staining the air with amber, ruby, and sapphire glows. Comfort, in Moroccan design, is not a luxury, it is an expectation. Low seating areas, known as majlis, invite conversation and relaxation. Deep cushions, poufs, and layered rugs cover the floors, allowing you to sink into the space both physically and emotionally. Fabrics are everywhere: rich velvets, soft silks, hand-woven kilims, embroidered throws. They soften the architecture's strength, adding warmth and tactility. Furniture itself often carries the mark of the artisan. Carved cedarwood tables inlaid with mother-of-pearl. Brass trays perched on folding bases, doubling as coffee tables or serving stands. Wooden chests painted with folk patterns, glowing with years of patina. These are not mass-produced items, but heirlooms of craftsmanship. Each piece feels as though it has traveled, carrying with it echoes of another place, another story. The architecture is equally distinctive. Archways curve gracefully, never harsh or angular. Horseshoe arches, ogee arches, and the famous keyhole arch all lead you gently from one space to another. Niches carved into walls become alcoves for lamps, ceramics, or small treasures. Ceilings may be painted with star motifs, or constructed from carved wooden beams. Even the doors, heavy and studded with metal, are artworks in themselves. They do not simply open and close, they frame a transition. Water, too, is part of the experience. Traditional Moroccan interiors often weave in fountains or basins, sometimes small, sometimes grand. The sound of trickling water becomes part of the room's atmosphere, cooling the air, soothing the senses. In courtyards, tiled fountains take center stage, surrounded by greenery and open sky above. This interplay of indoor and outdoor is vital. Courtyards are private sanctuaries, places of reflection, dining, and rest. The Moroccan courtyard is not simply an outdoor space, it is the heart of the home. Walls rise high, creating privacy and intimacy. At the center, a fountain or pool reflects the sky. Around it, lush plants, palms, citrus trees, jasmine, infuse life and fragrance. Here, the elements converge, the coolness of water, the warmth of sun, the textures of stone and tile, the softness of textiles carried outside. It is a room under the open air, and yet it feels protected, cocooned. This blending of opposites, inside and outside, strong and soft, bold and subtle, is what makes Moroccan design so endlessly captivating. It is a design of balance. It knows when to dazzle with ornamentation, and when to calm with simplicity. A plain white plaster wall may stand beside a riot of patterned tile. A modest wooden bench may sit beneath a glowing chandelier. The contrast is deliberate. It allows the eye to rest and wander at the same time. And then there are the rituals. In Moroccan culture, hospitality is an art form, and interiors reflect that. A tray of mint tea, served in glasses that sparkle with etched silver, is never just a drink, it is a gesture of welcome. The space itself is designed for this moment, seating arranged for conversation, tables low enough to share, lighting soft enough to soothe. The design encourages community. It whispers, "Stay a while." The Moroccan home does not separate daily life from artistry. It elevates the everyday, turning meals, gatherings, and even moments of solitude into experiences rich with atmosphere. A cushion is not just for comfort, it is embroidered, patterned, colored to please the eye. A doorway is not just an entrance, it is arched, carved, framed as though it were a gateway to a story. Even the air feels different, carrying scents of cedar, rosewater, or orange blossom. It is this layering of sight, touch, sound, and scent that makes Moroccan interiors so immersive. They do not belong to a single moment in time. They feel ancient, yet relevant. Traditional, yet endlessly adaptable. A riad in Marrakesh, a desert kasbah, or a modern apartment infused with Moroccan touches, they all share the spirit. They all create worlds where design is not only seen, but lived. To understand Moroccan interiors is to understand a way of living that has always placed beauty at the center of daily life. These are not spaces designed to impress from afar and then fade into function. They are lived-in sanctuaries where artistry is inseparable from comfort. Each choice, of material, of pattern, of color, is both practical and poetic. Consider the floors. Walking barefoot across a Moroccan floor is its own experience. The cool smoothness of zellige tile greets you, patterned with complex geometry, glazed in vibrant colors that catch the light. Sometimes, the floor is layered with rugs, kilims woven in bold stripes, Berber carpets marked with abstract symbols, thick wool rugs offering softness underfoot. Each rug carries heritage, often handwoven by tribes whose techniques have been passed down through generations. When layered together, these textiles form an almost painterly surface, patchworks of color and pattern, grounding the home in both history and warmth. And above, ceilings tell their own story. In traditional riads, you may find cedarwood ceilings painted with floral motifs or starbursts, rich in reds, golds, and greens. Others are carved with geometric detail, then stained to reveal depth in the wood. In simpler homes, exposed beams carry a rustic charm, their weighty forms balancing the delicacy of patterns below. Some ceilings hold lanterns that dangle dramatically, oversized and commanding, while others feature small clusters of glass lamps glowing like jewels. This vertical layering, floor, wall, ceiling, creates a complete immersion, every surface speaking. Walls, too, are canvases. Smooth tadelaced plaster, polished with olive soap and stone until it shines like marble, curves across them in subtle tones of sand, rose, or pearl. Tadelaced is not just finish, it breathes, it shimmers, it softens the acoustics of a room. Beside it, intricate tilework may climb halfway up a wall, its bold blues and greens in sharp contrast to the quiet plaster above. In other places, carved stucco frames arches and niches, lace-like in its detail, catching the light like frozen fabric. It is in these small details that Moroccan interiors become more than design, they become atmosphere. A pattern etched into plaster is not merely surface decoration, it catches shadows, reminding you of the passage of time as the sun shifts across the day. A hand-carved wooden door, its surface studded with metal, feels weighty yet protective, grounding the delicate interiors it conceals. And a simple brass handle warms in the sun, holding both function and beauty in its form. Furniture, unlike in many modern interiors, rarely dominates. Instead, it complements. Moroccan interiors favor low, intimate arrangements, divans lining the walls, coffee tables no taller than the cushions beside them. The focus is horizontal rather than vertical, creating an atmosphere that is social, communal, and grounded. Tables are often round, symbolizing inclusivity, while square or rectangular forms are softened with carving or metal inlay. Chairs, when present, are often light and portable, folding with ease, echoing the nomadic traditions of the region. And then there is the tray table. An icon of Moroccan living, it is simple in concept yet endlessly versatile. A round brass tray, etched with patterns of vines or stars, rests on a folding wooden base. It can be moved, replaced, or used as decor on its own. It might hold a tea service one day, candles the next, or a collection of small ceramic bowls filled with spices. Its presence is always an invitation, to gather, to share, to slow down. Moroccan design does not shy from ornament, but it never feels cluttered. Instead, it is layered. A wall may hold a mirror framed in hammered silver, reflecting lantern light into deeper corners. A shelf may display pottery, hand-painted with looping designs in cobalt and green. Cushions might be embroidered with sequins, their surfaces catching light with movement. Each layer adds richness, but the rhythm of arrangement keeps the space from feeling heavy. Architecture ensures this balance. Arches guide the eye, framing views with elegance. Courtyards open suddenly, bringing breath and sky into enclosed homes. Windows are small but meaningful, dressed with shutters that filter light and air. Privacy is always protected, but beauty is never sacrificed. The result is a space that feels both enclosed and expansive, protective yet free. Courtyards deserve their own pause. They are the lungs of Moroccan architecture, offering light, air, and connection to nature. Surrounded by rooms on all sides, they are private yet open to the sky. At their heart, a fountain or small pool shimmers, not only as ornament but as practical cooling in hot climates. The sound of water softens conversations, adding serenity to gatherings. Around the fountain, tiled floors reflect intricate mosaics, echoing stars or flowers. Plants spill from pots, geraniums, palms, citrus trees, each adding fragrance and texture. Here, beauty is layered. You notice how walls that might otherwise remain plain are dressed in plaster carvings, textures that capture the play of light. Ceilings are painted or coffered in rich wood tones, so that even when you look up, you are greeted with artistry. Every surface is treated like a canvas, not in a way that feels overwhelming, but in a way that ensures you are always embraced by a sense of presence, of life, of craft. The courtyards remind us of balance. Central fountains murmuring beneath the open sky, surrounded by leafy palms and tiled seating, they act not only as gathering places, but as lungs of the home, breathing light and air into the heart of the design. This blending of architecture and nature is one of the timeless lessons Morocco offers, that luxury is not only found in opulence, but in the quiet act of letting sunlight and greenery flow into daily life. Textures continue to tell the story, the touch of hand-woven wool underfoot, the coolness of polished brass, the rough honesty of clay pottery, the elegance of silk drapes shifting with a breeze. It's this tactile richness that keeps the spaces engaging, making you want to reach out, to feel, to linger. And then comes the light. Lanterns glowing in alcoves, casting intricate lace-like patterns across the walls. Candlelight flickering against brass trays. Sunlight spilling through masherbia screens, painting delicate shadows onto stone floors. Light in Moroccan interiors is never just illumination, it is a storyteller, shifting the atmosphere from dawn to dusk, from day into night, from the intimate to the grand. As we prepare to leave this world of arches and patterns, of courtyards and colors, it's worth remembering what Moroccan design really teaches us. It teaches us to embrace detail, to honor the handmade, to welcome imperfection as beauty. It reminds us that the home can be a sanctuary, not only through quiet minimalism, but also through richness, through vibrancy, through spirit. It shows us that comfort and elegance are not opposites, but companions, woven together just as rugs are woven thread by thread. When you step into a Moroccan-inspired home, the furniture is never just practical, it is part of a living art form, layered with history, craftsmanship, and quiet luxury. Seating tends to be low, close to the ground, drawing people into intimate circles where conversation flows easily. Along the walls of salons, you'll often see built-in banquettes, wide enough to stretch out, upholstered in patterned fabrics, and filled with an abundance of cushions. These cushions are never plain, they carry geometric motifs, embroidered silks, or hand-woven textiles that add depth to the scene. A Moroccan salon is not about one sofa commanding the space, but rather a democratic arrangement, where everyone is equally comfortable and connected. Poufs and ottomans are scattered around these rooms, stitched from supple leather in warm tones of caramel, burgundy, or deep brown. Some are plain, while others are hand-embroidered with radial designs that draw the eye to their center, almost like miniature mandalas on the floor. They provide casual seating, footrests, or simply accent pieces that break the rhythm of the room with organic, rounded forms. Wooden furniture often carries the marks of Moroccan craftsmanship, intricate carving, latticework panels, or inlays of bone and mother-of-pearl. A cabinet might not just be a storage piece, it becomes a canvas of geometry, each pattern a dialogue between shadow and light. Small side tables are hexagonal or octagonal, echoing the star patterns that dominate Moroccan art, painted in jewel tones, cobalt blue, emerald green, saffron yellow, and highlighted with gold detailing. These pieces add a touch of vibrancy against the more neutral, earthy backdrop of plaster walls and terracotta floors. Rugs anchor the spaces, rich with Berber patterns and handwoven wool. Some are thick and plush, bringing warmth underfoot, while others are flat woven kilims with bold stripes or diamonds, laying out rhythm and direction within the room. They are chosen not only for comfort, but also as storytellers, carrying cultural symbols from the Atlas Mountains to the desert. Decor extends beyond furnishings, weaving into every corner. Brass trays hang on walls like shields of light. Pottery glazed in turquoise or emerald sits on shelves, its surface shimmering with the deep colors of Morocco's landscapes. Mirror And so, as the last lantern fades and the courtyard falls quiet, we take with us more than inspiration for design. We take with us a sense of atmosphere, of living fully within our spaces, of letting them breathe, of allowing them to tell our story. Moroccan interiors are timeless not because they are old, but because they are alive. This has been a journey through Moroccan interiors, a world of warmth, detail, and soul. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. Until next time, may your own spaces be filled with light, texture, and the timeless rhythm of beauty.